I personally have already been there with my ongoing appeal against unsafe convictions as explained on circusofthemind.net. However, this time it's the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, and former Labour MP Lord Tom Watson who will be in court to prove their claims against this man's company, Rupert Murdoch's news group newspapers, News UK as it were. Welsh Judge Fancourt has already ruled that Rupert Murdoch himself cannot be called to court or questioned. His senior staff will be put on trial, so to speak, by the allegations and the evidence that will be presented. Among numerous other allegations will be that some stories that were previously run about Prince Harry were blatantly untrue, including ones that had involvement from the likes of the fake Sheik Mazher Mahmood. Let's not forget that the News of the World was closed down after the hacking of the murdered schoolgirl Millie Dowler's phone was exposed and their involvement with such illegal activity. To date, news group newspapers have always denied any use of phone hacking or unlawful information gathering or other similar unlawful or illegal activity as being used by the Sun newspaper. They've always denied such, so that will be put on test during this trial. And the spotlight once again will be cast onto this individual, Mazher Mahmood, the so-called fake Sheik, the king of the sting, as he self-styled himself, who finally was publicly exposed in 2014 when the drugs trial of Talisa Kontostavlos sensationally collapsed, exposing Mahmood as a liar. In my two massive encyclopedic books available from Amazon and my own website, circusofthemind.net, I expose in great detail the fact that the police and Crown Prosecution Service both knew in 1994 that Mahmood could not and should not be relied upon as a witness of truth, and consequently, due to them turning a blind eye to these facts they were aware of and never disclosing them to Mahmood's victims after 1994, it led to numerous miscarriages of justice. Miscarriages of justice and unsafe convictions based on illegal and unlawful activity, including Mahmood drugging people's drinks, hacking phones, fabricating evidence and printing things that people never said and things that they never did. That this man, it appears, based on evidence that Paddy French, the journalist, has recently released in an article called Piers Morgan's Monster, he turned a blind eye when he was employing Mahmood, going all the way back to the era of 1994. Is it just coincidence that this trial of the century begins on the 20th of January in the High Court in England? Or is it a case of the rats jumping ship or being pushed, or a combination of all these things as to why on the 8th of January it was reported that Piers Morgan is departing Rupert Murdoch's News UK empire? Or could it have something to do with this article, Piers Morgan's Monster by Paddy French, Press Gang, which you can see on Substack. An article which seems to suggest and provide evidence that Piers Morgan was instrumental in helping the fake Sheik, Mazher Mahmood, continue with his activities even after the collapse of a court case where the police and Crown Prosecution Service concluded that Mahmood's evidence could no longer be relied upon. That was back in 1994, and yet it wasn't until 2014 and the collapse of the Talisa trial that justice was started to be done. If you'd like some really eye-opening and shocking reading, then search the phrase Generic Particulars of Concealment and Destruction, NGN, and the first entry is this: Byline Investigates, Amended Generic Particulars of Concealment and Destruction document. Have a good read of that document, and well, it will prove truly eye-opening to you. Then go to my site, circusofthemind.net, and read the information, watch the videos, and realise how and what lengths Murdoch's fake Sheikh Mazher Mahmood went to in order to stop me being able to successfully expose his dishonesty back in 1998. By birth, my name's Alex William Smith, and that's how it appears in the legal court documents. Indeed, if you search Alex Smith versus News Group newspapers, or claimants versus News Group newspapers, and the name Alex Smith, you'll find that my name's been mentioned a number of times during these proceedings, and I was supposed to be one of the claimants, but I was effectively silenced with a Part 36 offer towards the end of 2024. And for details of what a Part 36 offer is and how it's been used to effectively silence Hugh Grant, Sienna Miller, and well over 1,300 other victims of News Group newspapers, phone hacking, unlawful information gathering, and in the relation when it comes to Mazher Mahmood, other activities such as blatant lying, fabrication of false evidence, and other things explained at circusofthemind.net, then I was supposed to be, but I've been silenced. However, I have given a statement which could be used as part of the trial proceedings. So the 20th of January 2025, the trial of the century begins, scheduled for 8 weeks at the moment. And what I've touched on in this video is just scraping the surface at things that are likely to be revealed and discussed in open court for the very first time. On Monday, the 20th of January 2025, the trial of the century begins at the Royal Courts of Justice in London.